Recording. All right. Hauling, schmolling. Schmolling, rolling.
What are we going to talk about? Oh no, there's so many things to talk about. Okay. I'm overstimulated.
Already? We haven't even started.
Do I smell bad?
Test. This is,
He's like, what's going on right now?
all right, let's just do it. Okay, can you guys talk in the microphone one more time?
Hey guys,
Like really
my name
close?
is Avia, and today we're talking about life.
Maybe a little closer. I don't know. She can probably work
guys.
with it.
Can you hear us? Testing. Can you hear me? Yes. No one else can make some noise. His snoring is really loud. Did you hear me?
Uh-huh.
That's crazy. I didn't hear myself.
Really?
We should just put Louie in the count for an 8 count.
What?
In the count for an 8 count? Are we dancing to?
Try again.
In here for an 8 count. So I don't say
Oh.
I said 8 count. Sorry.
All right, let's start. Welcome to Empowered Now. I'm your host, Colette Kati. Join me as we talk all things to uplift, encourage, teach, inspire, and empower you to see your best self, to live your best life, and to thrive wherever you are. Hey guys, welcome to my podcast. I'm here with my daughters,
That's us.
Avia and Emmi. Will you guys introduce yourselves?
You go first. I'm Emmi Butler. Wait, how am I supposed to introduce myself? Like, do I have to say something?
No, that was
Would
good.
just be closer to the mic.
Tell them your name and favorite color. Hello, I'm Emmi Butler, and my favorite color is probably red or pink. Hi guys, my name is Avia Butler, and my favorite color is probably blue right now. Blue is really pretty. What about you, Mom?
I thought it was an orange, pink, red kind of day.
No, but it is the aura. The energy in this room, the aura is definitely an orange and a red and a pink right now.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just going to be real. I'm feeling very under the weather, but I really wanted to film with my girls today. And dear Avia comes in. She's like, "Are we filming?" And she got me all pumped up again. So here we are, and we're doing the thing. And I'm really glad that we are, because this is going to go down in history as the best podcast of all time.
Wow, lots of pressure.
There's no pressure. It's just facts.
Okay. Yeah, like,
Right. You should get closer.
Also, this is,
And I only have 2 mics.
it's okay. We're basically the same people,
Oh.
same.
Louis just looked at me. Sorry, forgot there was a dog there. Louis is sitting with us too, so if you're watching this on YouTube, you see his cute little pudgy face,
You can hear snoring.
his little pudgy nose.
He's a
Yeah,
little bear. We love him.
yeah. So if you hear some snorting, it's not me, it's Louis.
Mom, we all
Just
know
kidding,
it's
it's
you.
me.
Don't lie. Don't lie to the people.
Basically, I wanted this episode to just be chill and fun, and there's no pressure. There's no agenda per se. We're just having fun.
Because I feel like sometimes we're just sitting in the car or at lunch or something, all 3 of us, usually when they visit me in LA. I mean, he was pushing me towards the mic. And we just have such fun conversations sometimes. It's very fun. We need to go on another girls' trip.
You know, we always need girls' trips.
I know. They came and visited me in LA in March. And that was so fun. And it's March again, so I think we should run it back.
Oh, run it back. Yeah.
That was so fun.
Do you girls feel like you're best friends?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm just kidding. I love you.
I'm definitely your best friend.
Oh my gosh, what movie is that from? I'm definitely your
We used
best
to not
friend.
be, but I think that growing up we have become friends. Yeah. Because I think it gets to the age, I think there's a trend on TikTok where you get to this age where you look at your sibling. There's a trend, and people talk about how you look at your sibling at a certain age and you're like, oh, you're not so bad after all. You're kind of cool. I think, what age was that for us?
What's it called?
Interference?
Probably
I think it was when I was in high school.
freshman year.
Yeah. My freshman year or your freshman year?
Really? That's really cool.
Or
Yeah.
8th grade, kind of.
Yeah, I think it was.
It's like end of 8th grade.
Yeah, I think it was the end of 8th grade, because I remember the dynamic of you in middle school and me in high school. We still had so much just butting heads all the time. And I think it's because I was just with my friends all the time, and I thought she was just my little sister that was so annoying. And then we were both in high school, so I think I just shaped up and was like, she's my sister. Let's go to high school together.
Or let's go to high school.
We're gonna go to high school together, so let's be besties.
Let's do this.
It just,
I feel like that's still mature because I don't think that happens in every sibling relationship. I don't know. Let us know in the comments below what your experience is with your siblings because mine wasn't always that way.
When do you think?
Speaking of siblings, hi, Daxton.
Oh, yeah, you got braces.
Come show. Daxton likes to sneak in here and have creepy looks real quick. You want to show him your braces? Oh.
They're so cute. How long do you have to have those on for? How long do I have to have them on for?
I think like a year.
Yeah, because last time it was a year.
I don't think we need to talk about time. Let's just talk about how pretty your teeth are.
Yeah,
We don't need to talk about time.
Quick interruption. And at the time that I'm filming this, my voice is going out. So you're going to need to lean in and listen close. My first ever group coaching breakthrough experience is here. The breakthrough experience is an 8-week transformational journey designed to help you move from an outside-in approach where you're seeking other people and circumstances for your internal well-being and validation to an inside-out approach where you are now confident and whole within yourself. These live weekly coaching calls are guided sessions to help you uncover, heal, and integrate new ways of being and thinking. I will teach you proven mindset and emotional techniques and strategies to help you move from self-abandonment to self-acceptance. And finally, you will be doing this journey with a supportive community, a safe space with like-minded people that are also going through the same experiences and journey as you. If you are tired of living life for other people, it's time to join my breakthrough experience. And I can't wait to meet you, and I can't wait to see what you will become. I'll see you there.
Well, it's like I'm about to make out with it.
Well, we all know you want to, so. I'm just kidding. I remember when we did that.
Oh, sorry. You remember what?
When we did that tea party one, and there was like a little truffle on the thing that was actually it. It was just like a
I remember
little
that.
speaker, and it looked so good.
There
and I
was-
was like, I want to eat that, but it was a speaker.
We
had a tea party. We filmed a tea party, and there was a table of a bunch of treats and teas and just cute little trinkets. And there was a little plate with a cake on it, but it was a microphone, and it looked like a cake. So good. I was like, that's so good. I want to eat that.
I wanted to eat it. Was that in the maker days? You guys,
Yeah, because it was with Braylee and Casey.
Yes.
that is hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Good times.
You're like, can I just eat that microphone right now?
I know. I was like, it looked so good.
It did.
What was that like, growing up and like filming?
You go first. Honestly, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it was just so normal that, like, being in front of the camera, like, I didn't even, like, act when I was little. Like, that tea party, like, I don't even remember acting. Like, I was just, like,
We
there.
were just there,
Yeah. I think that we grew up doing that, and so it was just the normal, and then we never just debated if that wasn't the normal.
Well, I guess
not
the thing.
acting, but, like...
Is it still recording, Daxton? He's being our producer, director right now.
Sex. It wasn't really, like, I didn't have to act. It was just, like, I didn't have to, like, I'm in front of a camera now. I didn't act weird. Like, it was just normal, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know because I wasn't a child.
No, it was fun. I think I don't really have any complaints about it. I mean, sometimes we would be tired when we were filming and stuff, but it was never, I never felt forced. I feel like it was always a decision.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I feel like I loved going to Maker every day.
Yeah.
And like seeing all of Dad's friends there. And I was like, this is my friend. Even though he was like literally editing a video or something.
Yeah. When Mom and Dad would pick us up after school and be like, we're going to Maker, it would always be a fun thing.
Yeah.
And we would just run around while they were filming stuff.
They were literally like be recording stuff. And
Yes.
like,
And like the lights would be flashing, the red lights when they were filming. Yeah. We were supposed to be quiet, but we would just run around and eat all the a la carte what is it called? The a la carte?
The
Craft service.
Craft service?
We would just eat all the craft service. Pineapples was my go-to.
Yeah, back in the day, Maker Studio, if you guys are watching for the first time, Maker Studios was a business that we went to Los Angeles to create when we first started YouTube. It was a collaboration of channels and creators that, you know, we all just wanted to work together and boost each other's content and channels together, and it was incredible. So that's what they're speaking of. It was a studio in Los Angeles where Avia is currently living.
Yes. My old apartment used to be next to the old Maker studio, and I would always drive by it, and it's just crazy how I'm just there now as an adult, and I had no concept of space as a kid, so I never knew what Maker was. But now being there as an adult, I'm like, oh yeah, like that's where I spent a lot of my childhood.
Right.
It's weird. Yeah. But I loved Maker. It was such a fun way to like be a kid, but also be in the creative space.
Right. Do you feel like that's why you decided to move to LA? Like, what's your biggest reason for that?
Yes, I just always had a calling towards LA. I just think that I have a very creative mindset, and it's very welcome in LA to have that. And I think that getting a glimpse of the creative mind in space as a child made me realize that it's real, and it can be, you can live that way or think that way. And I never felt that way in Idaho as much as I love Idaho, but moving to LA felt more real for me because of that experience as a kid
Louis
in the creative space. And so it just, I don't know, I feel more welcome in LA because of that.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what I love. That's kind of my inner purpose, or maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. LA definitely has a different vibe.
Yes.
A very much like get up and go, but at the same time, very chill vibe. It's like a combination between like we're getting stuff done and we're just like loving it and chilling at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
It definitely has its cons, but I think that if you are someone who likes a creative space or has goals and dreams that you want to get done, it's where you want to be. And it might not be permanent for me. I don't think it will be, but right now I love it. And it's so fun.
Yeah.
It's a different energy and vibe. You can't really explain it until you go there and you're surrounded by it. It's weird. Do you feel like you feel the energy there, or is it different than Idaho in any way?
Yes, most definitely. I feel like with like the creative thing, like I feel like here in Idaho, it's just like you want to be different and like wear different things or do certain things, but it's like people here will like judge you very quickly. But I feel like in LA, like I never feel like judged.
People won't judge. No.
And I feel like I can just like do what I want and like branch out of what I would do normally. Yeah. And that's why I love visiting
Louis.
LA.
It's not that people in Idaho are judgmental. They just have nothing. I mean, we live in a small town, and they just have
so
nothing
it's like
else
everything
to do.
goes around it. It's just
yes. So the gossip is like the number one thing, and it's
it's crazy,
it's draining sometimes.
Crazy.
I was gonna say, do you feel like that comes from like people just not having much to do and they're just gossiping, or do you feel like that's kind of perceived? Like
perceived in what way?
Like you wouldn't feel as confident just wearing whatever because there's so many people that like know you because you go to school with them and you see them every day. And there's a certain like, I noticed this with the small town that I grew up in. There's certain things that like, oh, that person's wearing that. That's super new and different. Like, should I be wearing that, or should I? Like, it was more, everybody was kind of similar. But in Los Angeles, it was like anything goes kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just think that sometimes different can be scary, and in LA there's so much different than that the scary is kind of eliminated, and it feels more normalized because it's a melting pot. It's a lot of diversity, and so it feels more normal, and so it's more accepted, rather than if it feels more different, then usually people tend to judge it. Like aliens, for example, I think people tend to fear aliens because it's different and we don't even know if they're real or not, if they're violent or not. Like, we don't, that's a whole other topic, but I think we fear it because it's different. It's kind of in the same way, except not as of a drastic level.
But there's more aliens in Los Angeles, so it's not as scary.
Yeah.
No, I totally get what you mean.
You know what I mean? But
like if it's different, it can be like, oh, I don't know.
Talked about,
More talked about.
A little bit like keeping your guard up because you don't know, you're not used to it, which I get, because being in your comfort zone is a lot more comforting than being out of your comfort zone.
Right.
So that makes sense. But it's just, I don't know, something I've noticed.
Do you feel different when you come back and visit?
Yes. Like being here is different, or?
Yeah, like when you come back and visit, are you like, I can't wait to get back to LA?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not because I don't love my family. I love you guys so much, and I love spending time with you guys, but I feel like I'm not as motivated here. It's easier to be in LA and to be editing and making content and auditioning and working in my acting classes. Rather here, it's easier to just hang out with you guys and just lay in my room or go to the movies or go get crumble. Like, I don't know. It's fun, but just for a short amount of time. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it. You're just, that's like your up and go lifestyle there.
I think just because I've kind of gained a more holding for interference. Jackson,
Oh, is he playing Fortnite?
can you turn that down, please? Thank you. It's okay.
I'm like, did my computer die? Is it turning back on? Like, what's happening right now?
I don't know.
We were talking about LA and
It's okay. Lifestyle.
It's okay.
Louis distracting me too.
Yeah, should we put him out?
Yeah.
I feel like it might be distracting for the podcast.
Yeah, it's very loud. Okay.
1 second. Sorry, Louis. You're just too loud, buddy.
Yeah, you're just a little roly-poly.
Oh, he's so cute. He's like, what did I do?
So
What I do?
what do I do?
Name the show. Yeah, Idaho is very fun, but I do miss LA, I think, because I've built that stable ground of just having a home there. Because I think for the first year I moved to LA, it was so hard for me because I didn't have that support as being with your family all the time and having the structure of school. So the first year out of LA, it wasn't difficult per se, but it was difficult in the sense that I didn't feel like I had as much stability as I obviously had in Idaho at one point. But now I think after being there for a little bit longer, it feels like I have a stable home and routine going. So it feels weird leaving it, and I'm excited to get back to the normalcy of it.
Yeah, like this is more vacation chill time now instead of get life. And that's your personality. You like to like be in action, doing your work.
Yeah, I can't be sitting down and doing nothing for too long. I can, but if I do it in my head, I just start telling myself like I'm not enough. I need to be doing more, and I know it's not true, but I just like do it. It's weird, and it's anyway.
Well, we all do.
Yeah, I think everyone does it.
That's definitely. I mean, I coach people on that all the time.
I need to sign up for your classes.
So, Emmi, how do you feel about Avia going to LA, and like, what do you want to do?
I'm very inspired by Avia moving to LA, and I think that like at first it wasn't like, oh, Avia's moving to LA, like, well, I don't know. At first it was just like, oh, Avia's doing like this another thing, moving to LA, like that's crazy. But then I go visit there and I'm like, wow, like I really want to live here. But I'm like, I don't know. I really want to go to fashion school, but I haven't really like searched into it yet. But I don't know. What?
You will. Just figure it out.
I know. I want to like move to LA so bad because I love like how it's warm all year round, and I love just like the environment and stuff. And I really want to get out of here. Not in a not in a bad way.
I get it.
I'm just like
I wanted to get out of my hometown
Just when you're
when I
young,
was your
you want
age.
to explore. I get that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, the good thing is you're super young and you don't have to decide right now.
exactly. It's getting close though.
I don't know.
It is. I mean, people try to give you the, like, what's the word? Like, they go under the impression that you need to hurry and figure out your life and you need to make a decision right now. But you had your whole life to figure it out, and nobody has it figured out. So even if it takes you longer than after graduation, it's okay. It's okay to figure out and be on your own timeline because everyone's timeline is different.
Yes, and so many things change. When I first went to school, like I wanted to be a nutritionist and a dietitian.
Really?
And yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So what does that imply, sir?
Well, back then I was like, well, all I know is I really love health. I really loved exercise. I loved focusing on, you know, what healthy means, like what that would look like for people and to help people accomplish that. And I had a minor in dance because I loved dance. It was just, I was following what I loved. And I remember just getting into the classes that I really liked. And then Shay and I got married and we decided to have children. And I was like falling asleep in every class and thought, you know what? I'll do this later.
Yeah.
And now here I am, you know,
Which is still
20 plus years later. And I am helping people in a different way and in a way that I have never thought that I would. But it's like fits me so much, even more than nutrition.
Yeah.
It does.
Right?
She is so good at giving life advice. Anytime I'm having a mental breakdown, FaceTime Squish.
Squish.
Well, yeah, I'm squished in her phone. Well, you know why?
Why?
Because life is the real coach. And when you go through crap in life and you get through it, then you want to help other people learn how to do that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Link in bio.
I mean, like, you guys have been through some crap too. We don't need to get into all of it. But that's what I always try to teach my kids and my clients, that, you know, life is hard and there's a lot of crap that will happen to you and you can't escape it. You really can't escape it, but it will make you stronger and you will grow from whatever you go through. So
true.
it is true.
Sucks, but it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, I think sometimes we try to avoid pain in life, and that's what kind of puts us into patterns where we're just coping with life, and that's not really a fun way to live.
That's so true. I think I got to a point in my life where I was just trying to navigate the perfect path and trying not to, like, the most easiest path without any obstacles, and it was boring.
Yeah.
Not that I want to be going through shit, but wait, can we swear?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Shit.
Not that I want to be going through it, but the obstacles made me stronger, and they are making me stronger. And as much as they suck so bad, I can feel myself growing, and it's worth it. I would rather that than being just going down like the most linear path and doing a little, not growing at all, up and down.
Right.
It's so weird.
That's good that you recognize that, because that's hard to see sometimes.
It took me a while.
Sometimes we just want life to feel easy, but sorry, Louis came back.
we took him out and he came right back
We
in.
kicked him out of the party because he was so loud, and he came right back. He's like,
Louis,
"What? I'm
stop
fine,
snoring."
bro." He's so cute. Wow, he's very distracting. I forgot what I was gonna say. I think life is just like it can be, when we try to make it too easy, you're right, like it can cause stagnation and boredom.
And sometimes it's good to have boredom. I mean, mundane, just to feel like everything's okay for a second. But then, yeah, you want to grow, and like life is going to happen regardless, you know? So it's good to have that every once in a while. But then, yeah, it's time for some change.
I think it's in our nature to grow, but it's in our like comfort security system to want to stay the same. So it's like you have to decide which hard you want to have.
Yeah. Scary.
Yeah. Well, not to get coachy or deep, because we're chilling today. But that's what I do. I always get coachy and deep because I love it.
I love it too. I love deep conversations. Not necessarily deep, but just abundant conversations, not surface level. My acting coach always says, thinking deeper is thinking clearer, because sometimes you have to think deep in order to figure out what's going on in your brain, in life,
Right.
XYZ. It can be helpful.
Yeah. And sometimes we can get lost, like in our thinking and in our emotions. And
That sucks.
yeah.
Don't get me started.
That's why it helps to separate yourself from, like, your thoughts aren't who you are and your emotions are not who you are. They're just like experiences that are flowing through you. That's how I like to describe it.
Yeah.
Emmi, tell us about your experience with dance. Can we talk about that?
Yes. Like with growing up.
Well, yeah, just how, like, you've done dance for, oh my gosh, so many years.
Yeah.
Yeah, how come?
Honestly.
In fact, we had this conversation the other day, and I was like, yeah, you were in dance when you were 3, and you're like,
Yeah, I did not know that.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
I have pictures.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't even know.
It was when we lived here and Grandma would take us, and you had a little space bun. In the pictures. Yes, with your black thing. It was the cutest picture.
It's so cute.
It was really cute.
Yeah.
But you were in dance, and then we moved to Los Angeles, and both of the girls were in gymnastics at the same studio that Michaela Maroney trained at.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And it was so intense that, like, that was all we did. We didn't do any other, like, dance or music or anything else. It was just gymnastics. Do you want to talk more about that?
I honestly don't remember that either. Like, I don't remember any of that. Like, I remember doing it, but like I don't remember like the whole process,
Like how hard it was or anything?
Yeah, well, you were young.
Yeah, like I don't remember like going every day after school and being like, I don't want to be here right now.
Well, I think you enjoyed it. You guys
Yeah.
seem to have a lot of fun with
It was
it.
occasionally rewarding. I just think
it was occasionally rewarding.
it was so hard, and at that age, it probably grew our mental toughness so much. But I just remember thinking, aren't we supposed to be having fun right now?
It was a very serious gym. I remember when they called and they were like, hey, if you want these girls to like really excel, then they need to be coming for like another day for another 5 hours after school. And I'm like, no, I don't want them to do that, actually.
Yeah, I think we signed up just for fun and just to have a sports to do, but they were that gym.
It was very
set
intense,
it was like,
which
you're
is
going to
good.
the Olympics.
I mean,
set here.
If you want to
which is great
become
if
an
you have
Olympian.
if you have that goal to be an Olympian, but we were just dilly-dallying girls, just wanting to jump around.
I was a little girl. I'm like, I want to climb that rope.
Yeah. And jump in that foam pit over there.
Oh, let's jump in that rope.
Do a whip on that trampoline.
Yeah. Hey, Brock.
Hey, come say hi, Brock. Brock, do you want to come say hi?
Nice hair.
Look, you're so cute. Oh my gosh, you're so cute.
Nice hair.
Why do I think my boys are so cute
Everyone's
with their
gonna come in
wild
and
hair?
touch Louis.
Hey, do you want to come and get Louis?
Please. Don't let him come back in.
Thank you.
Come here, you sausage.
She's very loud.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm gonna talk more about that. Not Louis the sausage.
I was like, why are we talking about him?
No, I want to talk about. Okay, where does my brain want to go? We're talking about gymnastics and that idea of you guys were just doing it to have fun, but then like it could have been more serious. I think sometimes as a parent, I just want to talk about that dynamic a little bit. As a parent, sometimes we can get a little bit in our heads about what we want our kids to accomplish and what we want for them. Do you guys feel like there was ever a time when you like wanted to do something or didn't want to do something and you felt like pressure, or maybe you didn't want to do something, you felt pressure from us? Like, because I always tried to be more like, oh, do you want to try this? Well, let's try this. Do you want to try this? But I've noticed, even with like Daxton, he doesn't want to do some things. But I'm like, you're really good at this, and I really want you to try it. And so I've had like tried to find this balance between how much do I push him to work on his talents and how much do I allow him to kind of choose what he wants to do. Because sometimes I think all he wants to do is play Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to hear your opinions on that.
I feel like I wasn't really ever like pressured to do anything because I feel like I've always wanted to do like something like in an artistry form, like dance or gymnastics or cheer or something. Like I never really wanted to do like a sport. And so I don't know. I feel like it was always just leaning towards that. And there was never like pushing me to do something that I didn't want to do.
Yeah, you guys were always open. I remember Dad mostly would say, do you guys want to try soccer or basketball or do you want to try any sports? And I just remember looking up to my older aunt, Carly, and just being like, I want to be like her. And she was a great cheerleader. And so I just always wanted to do cheer.
Oh, that's so cute.
And so, no, that's literally the only reason I signed up because she was so cool. Carly was like a god to me when I was a kid. That's kind of sacrilegious, but she was so just like perfect in my eyes. And so I wanted to be a cheerleader. I wanted to just be like her. So I think that's what made me sign up for cheer, and then doing it made me fall in love with it even more. And I'm glad I sticked with it because it was so fun. And it was serious like gymnastics. It wasn't as serious. Like gymnastics was deathly serious. If you've taken gymnastics, you literally know. Like I don't have to explain it. They're so serious, but cheer was more of a way to be fun. And also I just liked lifting the girls.
Well, you were just telling me like yesterday how much work ethic you learned from cheer.
Yes.
From being at least on that team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my team was very, very dedicated towards winning in our goals, which I liked because I became very strong-minded. I was never late. I don't know, there's a lot of things that you can learn and qualities you can learn from sports and dance and just different clubs and activities. And I think it's so important to keep Daxton in those things, even if he doesn't necessarily want to. I mean, if he's genuinely hating it and is crying, then obviously take him out. But I think that he likes it. It just sometimes it's hard because you have to push your body. And so that's why he doesn't like it, because he'd rather watch and play Fortnite. Yeah. But I think that going to his games and seeing him with his friends at practice makes it worth it, because he says he doesn't want to, and then he's laughing and giggling doing those things, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Unless he's genuinely not. Like, is there anything he like genuinely hates?
I mean, we could ask him.
I know we don't.
Daxton!
I don't think he.
No, I think it's just sometimes he's just like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and I think every kid is like that. I remember being like, I don't want to go to cheer. I just want to stay home. But at the end of the day, I would cry when we'd win, and I would be so happy. And I think that's special with dance.
Yeah, I also feel like it's really good to have like a good environment where like in those things, because I feel like with my dance studio and my dance team, it's like a really good environment, and I've learned so much from it. And it's like I look forward to going to dance every day because I like look forward to seeing my friends and like my coaches, and I'm like, I just want to like, it's like something to get my mind off things, I guess, but I'm also like working hard and working towards our goals, and then like we end up winning, and so it's like we're working hard but also having fun and like creating relationships. And I feel like it was also good for like my social aspect, because I made like a lot of friends, and now I have like a lot of friends that I like connect with now, like because of dance.
Yeah, you have so many friends,
and I'm so thankful for it.
You always have videos, and it makes me happy for her.
But it's also really hard and time consuming.
It's also like being around those group of girls. I feel like we're also really close because dance is really vulnerable, and so we're always so vulnerable around each other, and so it's like a family, basically like a second family. It's just like so fun to be around them, and it makes the sport so much better. And like growing up in that, and it's just like you just learn so much from it.
That's so important, and having that community is so good to have, and just having that support. I remember my senior year of high school, I didn't do cheer, and I remember before going into high school, everyone said go to clubs, go do sports, go to all those things, and I never really got why until I quit cheer, and then I realized how much it just like forces you to be in a social situation, but in a good way. Like I like hanging out with people and being with friends from my high school, because you have a community, you know, and it's just it's different. Because you have your family, but friends are also just as important, I think.
Yeah. Do you regret quitting your senior year?
No. No.
No, don't get me wrong.
Don't get mixed up. I love cheerleading, but it was time to let it go. And I didn't want my relationship with cheer to turn into hate, because I was on the verge of hating it, and I didn't want it to get to that. And there was obviously a bunch of other reasons, but I'm glad I quit when I did, because now I have love towards the sport instead of a grown hate over it because of just falling out of love with it.
Yeah, sometimes we can get really burnt out if we do something too much or pushed a little too hard. And that can happen in parenting. It's like you can get burnt out with your parenting, you can get burnt out with your job, you can get burnt out anywhere. But a lot of times we can get burnt out just emotionally if we're not like taking that time to notice, like, what do I actually want? And I remember when Avia did that. I think we talked about this in the last podcast, but I remember when you did that, and I was like, wait, I want you to do it though.
Because I want, tell me at the time, because I would have taken it into overthinking.
I know. I was like, but I want to have senior night, and I want to do all these things. And that's one thing that I've really tried hard not to do, is to project what I want onto you guys, even though sometimes I do, because I want the best for you. And sometimes I think I know what's best, but I really try to be open to, like, this is your life and you're the creator of it, and you get to decide.
Yeah, and I'm glad you didn't tell me that, because I was stressing out so hard with the decision, because I didn't think I was going to quit until I ended up quitting. And then anyway, we talked about this in the last podcast. I don't want to get into it, but I'm glad that you kept your wants to yourself, because it felt not in a mean way, just I needed to do it for me instead of for someone else. You know, because at the end of the day, if you do something for someone else, it's not going to work out in the way that you want it.
Exactly. And that goes with everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Dang it. It does. Sometimes the truth hurts.
Yep.
Truth hurts.
Yup. Crazy girl. Let's go.
Thank you for joining us for episode 22, part 1 with Avia and Emmi. Please join us next week as we continue our conversation. And if you felt the call within to learn more about the Breakthrough Experience, my 8-week group coaching program to mental and emotional freedom, you can learn more at the link in the description on YouTube and in the show notes on Apple and Spotify. You can also follow me on all social media and make sure you leave me a comment or questions in my DMs. It's time to give yourself the best life ever.